Hey guys, um, I wanted to bring up a topic that really bothers me, and it actually happened to me today while I was at Starbucks with a friend. And we were at Starbucks in line, and the um, it got to be my friend and I's turn. So we order our drinks, and the um, um, person taking our order in Starbucks was like, "What would your friend like?" And I was like, I spoke up and I was like, I would love um a peppermint mocha, please. And she was like, okay, that's totally fine. I just didn't know what your restrictions were on your disability. Like, I didn't think you could talk, so that's why asked your friend. And I was like very polite. I was like, I appreciate your concern, but just because I'm in a wheelchair doesn't mean like I have the capability of talking to people and telling them what I need and what I want to order, and I can order myself. I am 30 years old and I can speak for myself. And she was like, wow, I never thought about that. And I just think people aren't around people with disabilities very much, so they just don't know what to expect. And I think I shocked the employer, because she was so like, it was almost like she was like scared of me because I was in I had a disability and I was in a wheelchair. And I just don't think, like, people just don't know how to react around people with disabilities. And my friend was like, she is awesome. She has a wonderful personality, and she can't, just because she's in a wheelchair, she can like order her own drink and her own sandwich. Like, all she needs is assistance with like cutting up her food or helping her with her drink. But other than that, she's capable of a lot of things. And and I was like, I totally agree with you 100%. And I feel like people in restaurants just don't know uh, how to um, react around people with disabilities because they're not around them 100% of the day. So that's why they're kind of like scared and timid. But like, just because we have a disability, we can um, speak for ourselves and tell people what we would like to drink from Starbucks or what we would like to eat at a restaurant. We don't need people to speak for us. Um, we can, we're perfectly capable of speaking for ourselves. We're no different than anyone else. So I just think people need to not be so timid of people with disabilities, and they shouldn't be like afraid of us because we're just like anyone else. And we like to be independent as possible, and we may need help with like physical things, but mentally we can speak up for ourselves and tell people what we need and what we want. So I just feel like people need to learn not to be afraid of people with disabilities, because we're just like anyone else. So people can speak for themselves that have a disability. And I personally don't, I think it's kind of rude for a employer to ask, just completely ignore the person with the disability and ask their friend what they want to order. And you almost just have to jump in and be like, I would like a sandwich, please, and a peppermint mocha, because they just don't know what to do when they see a person with a disability. So you just have to like speak up for yourself and show employers that you can speak for yourself and not have people speak for you. And you have to show waiters and waitresses that you can order a sandwich yourself, and you can tell them, yes, I need this cut up so I can feed it to myself, and they would be glad to do that for you. Like, for me, I with having a disability, I like to be independent as possible. And when I'm out with my friends, I love to be independent. When I'm out in public with anyone, I love to be independent and speak up for myself. And I absolutely hate when people speak for me. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, because I can speak for myself. And I just, like I said, I just don't know. I just don't think people don't know what to do when they see a person in a wheelchair. When they see the wheelchair, I think they think that they can't speak for themselves or do anything for themselves. So they have their friend do it for them. And that's not the case. So I just want to like spread more awareness that people with disability, like, just because we have a disability, we're our own person, and we can speak up for ourselves. We can order for ourselves. We can feed ourselves if the food is cut up. We can get a drink ourselves if we have one of my friends like help me like fill up the glass and put a straw in it. I'm perfectly capable of like assisting myself to give myself a drink. yeah, so I just want to let people know that people with disabilities are capable of a lot of things, and they should not go past us and talk to our friend to see what we want. We can tell them what we want to eat or what we want to drink. Yeah. So, never be afraid to speak up for yourself when you're out in public with friends. I do it all the time, and I like doing it because not only does it make me independent, but it also like shocks waitresses and waiters, because I just don't think they think because a person's in a wheelchair, I don't think they think that we're capable of like speaking up for ourselves. So I think it just like shocks them, and I think that's a good thing because it educates them more on it educates them about people with disabilities and what we can and can't do. So yeah, and that's all I have for you today. But yeah, that's one of my biggest pet peeves when I'm out in public is waiters and waitresses like talk to my friend instead of me, and I kind of like butt in a polite way and say, I would like to have a peppermint mocha to drink, please. And that order will be for Molly. And they're like, oh, okay. And I'm like, can I have a straw, please? And they're like, oh, I'm more than happy to get you a straw. So you just gotta speak up for yourself um, and show them what you're capable of doing. So if you liked this comment, hit the like button, and I hope you have a wonderful night. And I will see you guys later. Alright, bye guys.